Welcome to the October 8th, 2025 regular meeting of the Chino Valley Fire District Board of Directors. The time is 4:31. I will now do roll call in the open session, and Director Howie.
Here.
Director Luth.
Here.
Director Romaine.
Present.
Vice President Krieger.
Here.
And myself present. Board members, please make sure when you comment, your microphones are on, and remember to talk directly into the microphone. Next on the agenda is closed session. The Board of Directors will meet in closed session to discuss the following item: public employee performance evaluation pursuant to Government Code Section 54957, titled Legal Counsel. And do we have any public comment on this item?
No request.
No. Okay. At this time, I will now adjourn. I'm adjourning to closed session. So at this time, I'm going to reopen to open session. Welcome to the October 8th, 2025 regular board meeting of the Chino Valley Fire District Board of Directors. The time is 6 p.m. and I will now begin the meeting and take roll. Director Howie.
Present.
Director Romaine.
Present.
Director Luth.
Here.
Vice President Krieger.
Here.
And myself present. And report out of closed session. Legal counsel, can you please report out of closed session?
Sure can.
Push the little button at 12.
I sure can. Thank you, President Ramos-Evinger. The board met in closed session pursuant to Government Code Section 54957, and there was no reportable action taken.
Okay, thank you so much. And legal counsel, I'm going to ask if you can lead us in the pledge this evening, and if everyone can please remain standing after that, so we can have our invocation by Yang Lin Wang and our chaplain. So happy to have you tonight.
Okay, please place your hand over your heart. Ready to begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let us pray. Heavenly Father, Almighty God, we praise you as God with us and ever faithful. Thank you for our board of directors and fire chiefs whom you have called to serve you, this district, and our communities. May they be found faithful in their duties and responsibilities before you. We pray for ongoing strength, wisdom, discernment, and unity in fulfilling all that's required of them for the good of all. We are grateful for our dedicated firefighters, first responders, and personnel. May their service be carried out with humility, compassion, skill, and endurance. Please cover them with your mercy and protection each day. We thank you for our IT intern, Kaya. May her time and training here prove valuable for her future goals. We submit all aspects of this meeting before you, Lord God. We pray for your leading and guidance in all matters. May everything align with your good and holy purposes and ultimately for your glory. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much.
Good evening and welcome. The first item on our agenda is presentations. And under presentations, we have proclamations. We invite Board President Ramos-Evinger to please come forward. This evening, we have two proclamations on our agenda. The complete proclamations are available on our website and part of our agenda packet. The first proclamation is National Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we invite Angie Ruiz to please come forward to accept the proclamation.
Yes. Okay. Breast cancer touches the lives of Americans from every background and every community across our nation. During National Breast Cancer Awareness Month, we honor those who we have lost, lend a strength to those who carry on the fight, and pledge to educate ourselves to the loved ones about this tragic disease and the importance of early detection. This month, we stand with those who have been affected by breast cancer and together strengthen our resolve toward a future free from cancer in all forms. The Fire District Board of Directors would like to proclaim October as National Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And we are so happy to have you here with us today. So thank you. Yes.
So I just wanted to take a few minutes just to really thank the Board of Directors and staff. So there's been many, many years that we've been talking about doing these pink patches here. So we've always historically worn a pink tie or had these little pink ribbons that we put on our lapels here, or our collars. So we're very, very fortunate with the board's initiative in creating the patches for us, taking the initiative there, and really the support of the board to really allow us to do this. So we're thankful. We support any kind of cancer, but this month we're talking about breast cancer. So we had the unfortunate situation here at the fire district to have one of our own fire captains lose his wife to breast cancer. So it's something that's a little bit near and dear to our heart. And specifically for me, I've known that guy since he's been 10 years old. So it touches everybody. If it hasn't touched you in some fashion, it likely will in your lifetime. So again, we're very thankful that we could offer this proclamation.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you, Chief. Thank you. Thank you.
The next proclamation is Fire Prevention Week, and we invite Fire Marshal Danielle O'Toole to please come forward.
Fire Prevention Week commemorates the Great Chicago Fire of 1871, which killed more than 250 people, left 100,000 homeless, destroyed more than 17,400 buildings, and burned more than 2,000 acres. Today, fire kills more than 3,000 people in the United States each year, with more than 80% of all 5 deaths occurring in the home. The Chino Valley Fire District is committed to the safety of life and property from devastating effects of fire and calls upon the people of the Chino Valley Fire District to participate in fire safety and preparation and preparedness. The Fire District Board of Directors would like to proclaim the week of October 5th through 11th, 2025 as Fire Prevention Week. And we have our proclamation today and our amazing Danielle with us to accept it. Yes.
So if you don't know who Danielle O'Toole is, she's our fire marshal, and I've said this time and time again. So you see, I have this little pin that I wear in my on my shirt here, and I wear this every day. And I say this because it's a fact. So several years back, I attended this program, and when we get in the fire service, we're really about fire suppression, going to the fires, putting out the fires, and all these sort of what we call exciting things, and it makes us feel validated and valuable and all these other things. So as you get a little bit older, you realize your perspective changes. So I had an opportunity to go to this program. It's through the National Fire Academy to obtain my executive fire officer. It's ain't about me, but it's about what I learned. What really resonated with me through that program is that really if we can deal with this stuff, take some of the fun away from us that we think it's fun, but really the intent should be to stop fires before they ever happen. That can't happen without people like Danielle running at a high level of our community risk reduction department, not only in Chino Valley, all up and down this nation. So we're so thankful to have somebody like her and her team to get out to the community, to provide education, to go out and do inspections to make sure that our community here is as safe as can be. As you heard, 3,000 people a year die. Still today in the fire service, we're still losing about 100 people in the fire service that are fire suppression personnel. So this touches a lot of lives. It's a very dangerous, unfortunate situation, but the more education that we can do to get out on the front side of it and prevent, then that will be better for everybody. So thank you very much for accepting.
Thank you.
Next, we have new employee introduction. We invite IT intern Kaya McMath to please come forward.
Okay. Kaya McMath joined the district as an IT intern on September 2nd. She is from Pomona and is currently a junior at Western Governors University, pursuing a degree in cybersecurity and information assurance. During her internship, Kaya will be supporting the district's information technology team, assisting with various projects alongside staff members Chris and Natalie. Outside of school and work, Kaya enjoys playing the cello, which is amazing, and is that taiko drums, rock climbing, video games, and is proficient in American Sign Language, ASL. Please join me in congratulating and welcoming Kaya as the district's newest IT intern. So.
Try not to be disruptive. Here's the thing with the fire service in the world in general, as most of you know, you can't get anything done without IT these days. Everything from AI to the computers that we use to run on calls to my cell phone that these two young ladies helped me out with today because it was making a helicopter sound. Literally, it sounded like a helicopter. And so, at any rate, we've had a few interns come through here who get educated here. They're still going to school in some cases. Some cases they're done with school and they get some form of education here, experience, and then they go on to really great things. So we're super, super happy to have Kaya. If you're not aware, her father also comes from the fire service, a partner of ours in San Bernardino County. So we have that added layer there. So we're super happy to have her. We have a great IT team, and we just look forward to growing that department. So welcome.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. And at this time, we're going to take a 5-minute break so we could do photos. If you'd like to bring your family forward, do photos. So we'll be taking a 5-minute break and then try to reconvene about 6:10. Thank you. Okay, we're going to open from our break. And Clerk of the Board, do we have any changes to the agenda this evening?
We have no changes to the agenda.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much.
And the next item on the agenda is public hearing.
Okay. The public hearing for properties declared for weed abatement is now open.
The first item under public hearing is property declared for weed abatement. The purpose is for the public to comment on the declaring and noticing of property owners for weed abatement. The report tonight is by Fire Marshal Danielle O'Toole.
Good evening, President Ramos-Evinger, members of the board. At our April board meeting, resolution number 2025-02 was adopted, identifying properties throughout the district to be noticed regarding weed abatement. Our fall inspections were conducted in early September, and following the inspection, property owners in violation of our ordinance received a notice to destroy weeds. The notice outlined the violation, the re-inspection date, and the penalties for noncompliance. In accordance with our resolution, we are to hold a public hearing allowing property owners to address the board on this matter. It is recommended that the Board of Directors review public comment on the declaring and noticing of property owners for weed abatement and subsequent actions and charges, as well as make any rulings on any and all objections raised regarding the proposed removal of weeds and said charges.
Okay, thank you very much for that report. And do we have any requests to speak?
We have no written request to speak at this time. Is there anyone present tonight who would like to address the board on this item?
Yes.
Please come forward.
My name is Russell
Sir,
Knowles.
if you could please come to the podium.
Thank
Yes,
you.
thank you.
My name is Russell Knowles. I've been living in Chino Hills for 32 years. I'm on the board of directors for our HOA. We have 165 homes representing. A month ago, we got this certified letter on a Saturday saying that you have to sign for this letter from the Chino Valley Fire District, which is very alarming to anybody. And in the midst of this, we're all concerned about our homeowners insurance, whether we're going to be canceled or not. I have a niece that lost her home in Palisades. It's just everything piled on one time. So we got on it right away. I mean, thank God for Lena. She came over. We met with the landscape company, the property management company, board of directors. We walked the slope. To comply right now, it's going to cost us $51,000 to comply. We have to take out 11 of 22 mature 60 to 70 foot pine trees. And then we had the date of October 8th, but Lena said that we're going to have time to work with it. But I wanna know too, are we the only ones that are in Chino Hills, of all Chino Hills, that this is happening to? Or what is being done about the hill to the south of us, which is owned by the city of Chino Hills, which has a bunch of fuel on it? I'm sorry, which I think is a bigger hazard than this, but we did need to have this done. But I mean, to have this constraint right now in the middle of being threatened that your homeowner's insurance is, we're a very high fire risk area, so everything got hit at one time, so. I just wanna know, is everybody in Chino Hills going under the same pressure as us?
Yes, and I completely understand your frustration and your concern for this. And normally we cannot speak about this topic, but I'd like to ask if we can ask our fire marshal just to maybe do a quick little overrun for the public of just some of his concern, just, address that. I know that Lena has gone out there, you're not the only homeowners, and maybe I can allow you just a couple minutes just to publicly.
And there's one other thing. Unfortunately, the developer, which is now bankrupt, Shantana Development Company that built our thing, we have it's approximately eighth of mile slope. It's a 1-to-1 slope with all these pine trees and so forth. Only serviced by a 4-foot gate. The city, for some reason, planted a huge tree in it. Lena has the picture of it. Our landscapers are having problems they're gonna be bringing out over 25 truckloads of tree stumps, branches, and so forth. Apparently, the city of Chino Hills does not deem that necessary to have that tree that's blocking, she has the picture of it. It's blocking a 4-foot gate. They will not remove that, which is costing us as homeowners from the landscape company, said it's gonna be that much more labor to have these guys drag things through to do that. We cannot seem to get this one tree pulled out so we can perform all these tasks that the fire department wants.
All right.
Can I-
Chief,
Can I ask something real quick?
Yeah, and then Chief.
What association?
Butterfield.
Sonora Springs, at Butterfield Ranch.
Can I add something real quick? I'm a homeowner, I'm not on the board, but known Russ for 30 years.
Will you come up, you can speak with them, please, yeah, please,
Hi.
you're, yeah.
The only
Well,
thing,
we're a team.
yeah, I've lived here for 30 years, raised my kids, Chino Hills High and Ayala, so. I was just thinking when he mentioned the hill that's on the other side, we were evacuated a few years back. It was right across the street above the hill, actually, I guess over by Butterfield Ranch Elementary. The hill we're talking about, my kids used to run through there from the elementary school. It just seems like all of a sudden it dawned on me, maybe we should make a priority the abatement that is close to the elementary schools. Because that's a huge risk, I would think, in itself. Which is this hill, which is right across from us. And it says it's never gonna be built on, so.
So,
Thank you, Chief.
if
I'm just
I,
asking if you could make it a priority.
yes,
maybe.
ma'am, so what I'd like to do is, this isn't a form that we necessarily will respond, but what I'd like to do is if I can take your contact information, myself and/or our fire marshal will call you, and we'll try to see if we can't connect all together that with, maybe with the city is also to come up with some sort of a resolution that works for everybody. Obviously, many of these things are mandates and are requirements, but we're certainly sensitive to the challenges that are created, and we'd like to try to help you, all of us, work through this together to find out a good solution for you. So if we could just leave a contact number with our clerk, which is right to your right, sir, and we'll make sure that we get back to you to try to address the concerns. You're very welcome.
And thank you very much for coming forward and expressing your concerns. We appreciate that.
Thank you. Okay. Is there anyone else present who would like to address the board at this time on this item? Seeing none?
All right. So at this time, the public hearing is now closed. This is a time for the board to comment. Please ask your questions, make your remark when I call your name. Director Howie.
No comment at this time.
Director Romaine?
No comments.
Director Luth?
No comments.
Vice President Krieger?
Just regarding the concern, if they reach out to Chino Hills.
I think they just said that they're gonna work with them and try to do that, so.
Okay. Good enough, thank you.
Okay. I don't have any questions or comments, at this time I'd like to request a motion.
Motion to approve.
I have a motion from Director Howie. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay.
I'll second.
A second from Director Romaine, and all in favor?
Aye.
Passes 5-0.
Thank you.
The public hearing for adopting ordinance number 2025-02 is now open.
Thank you. And that item is ordinance number 2025-02, adopting with local amendments the California Fire Code and the 2025 Wildland Urban Interface Code. The purpose is for the Board of Directors to conduct the public hearing and second reading by title only of ordinance number 2025-02, adopting the 2025 California Fire Code and the 2025 Wildland Urban Interface Code with local amendments. The report tonight is by Fire Marshal Danielle O'Toole.
Good evening again. At the September board meeting, ordinance 2025-02 was introduced and a first reading by title only was conducted. Attached to your staff report is the proposed ordinance outlining all proposed updates. The amendments in section 3 and section 4 of the ordinance are identified in italicized text. The district's local adoption process includes updated local regulations to the 2025 California Fire Code and the 2025 California Wildland Urban Interface Code, while ensuring continuous fire code regulations remain in place. The new codes will become effective January 1st, 2026. The full text of the California Fire Code and Wildland Urban Interface Code are available for review here at our administration office. The proposed ordinance has been reviewed and approved by our legal counsel and advertised as required by law. The ordinance is required to be ratified by the cities and counties served and will transpire in the coming months. Building officials from the city of Chino, Chino Hills, and county of San Bernardino have reviewed and are in concurrence with our local amendments. Once ratified, the ordinance will be filed with the State Department of Housing and Community Development. It is recommended that the Board of Directors conduct the public hearing and conduct a second reading of ordinance number 2025-02, adopting the 2025 California Fire Code based on the 2024 International Fire Code and the 2025 California Wildland Urban Interface Code based on the 2025 International Wildland Urban Interface Code with local amendments. Approve waiving the reading of the entire ordinance and read the ordinance by number and title only. Advise the public that a complete copy of the ordinance and a copy of the 2025 California Fire Code and 2025 California Wildland Interface Code is available for public inspection at Fire District Headquarters, and adopt ordinance number 2025-02 to be effective January 1st, 2026.
Okay, thank you very much for that report. Do we have any requests to speak on this item?
We have no written request to speak on this item. Would anyone like to address the board at this time?
Okay,
Seeing none.
being none, the public hearing is now closed. This is the time for the board to comment. Please ask your questions when I call your name. Director Romaine?
No questions. This is the second time this has come forward, and it's quite a lengthy document, so reading this in title only, hopefully will be in the resolution.
Yep, okay, all right, Director Luth?
No.
Director Howie?
No comment.
Vice President Krieger?
No, thank you.
Okay, myself, I don't have any comments at this, but at this time, I would like to request a motion to adopt ordinance number 2025-02, an ordinance of the Chino Valley Independent Fire District adopting by reference and amending the 2025 edition of the California Fire Code and the 2025 California Wildland Urban Interface Code with errata and the 2024 International Fire Code and the 2024 International Wildland Urban Interface Code regulating the governing and the safeguarding of life and property from fire and explosion, hazards, hazardous material, and from conditions hazardous to life and property in the occupancy of buildings and premise, safeguarding of life and the property from wildfire in areas designed as high and very high fire severity zones, providing for insurance of permits and collection of fees, and repealing Fire Code Ordinance number 2022-03 of the Chino Valley Independent Fire District. Do I have a motion? I'll motion to approve. Okay, so I have a motion by myself, a second from Vice President Krieger. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much.
The next item on the agenda is public communication. This is a time and place for the general public to address the Board of Directors about subjects that do not appear elsewhere on the agenda. The public may address items on the agenda at the time addressed by the board. Due to board policy and Brown Act requirements, action may not be taken on any issue not on the agenda. When you address the board, please state your name and address prior to making your remarks, and please limit your comments to 3 minutes. Would anyone like to address the board at this time? Okay, seeing none. The next item on the agenda is the liaison reports to the fire district. And we invite Chair Charlie Blank from the Fire Safe Council to please come forward.
I knew I was gonna get asked, I'm the only one here. That's okay, I actually have something to say. We had our semi-annual brush pickup on Saturday, and I have to say, I have to put a plug in for Waste Management. I mean, they show up on time, they flip the boxes on time, and they come on time to pick it up. And we probably removed approximately 7,000 pounds of flammable material, including a lot of palm fronds that this guy took down off his tree. So Waste Management is, I think the reason is as successful as it is because they're in Chino. So to do the flip is easy for them, it's only a 20-minute drive out there. But I mean, I met the guy at 6:15 in the morning, and then, he was there and we spotted it, and then around 9:30 or 10, he came back and switched it. I didn't see the switch because my grandson was playing soccer, so that fortunately for me takes precedence. But I have 3 other guys who were there. Ron Nader was one, Dustin, and everybody did a great job. I mean, and the people there are very appreciative of of this happening twice a year, because they're able to take some stuff that, a lot of it is backyard stuff that, they wouldn't have any place for it.
And we're very appreciative as well, Charlie, that takes.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Yes,
Thanks,
thank
Charlie.
you.
And next, we invite Board Member Sean Smith from Chino Valley Unified School District.
Hey, good evening, everyone. President Ramos Evinger, members of the board. Sean Smith, new member to the school board, kind of in this interim part where John Monroe moved, so he retired from the board, so had a quick election, and I got on board. So happy to serve everyone. I want to be an open book, frankly, in terms of how the school board is run. I will be getting my official phone number and everything. I'm still kind of new to this. But I'm an idea guy. I like to have big ideas on how we do the school board. One of my first things is going to be a parental education to help parents learn how to secure their kids' phones from explicit materials. And even take it a step further as far as how to secure your home router. So when the kids get on the computer, we can also protect them in that particular area. So not necessarily directly at the kids, but for the parents' edification and how to secure things like that. The list goes on and on. I can chat all day about crazy ideas for the kids and everything. I believe in objectivity and critical thinking for the kids, and hopefully we can steer the schools in that direction, right? Aside from that, did anybody catch the Chino Hills High football game last week?
No, I was out of town, I missed it.
Oh, man. Wow, what a nail biter. In overtime, 21-0 at half, they were behind and came back, and it was amazing. So, and we got the Battle of the Bone this Friday, so exciting times. If you don't have a ticket, they're sold out, so sorry if you can't make it. But other than that, feel free to reach out to me anytime if you have any questions. Like I said, I'll be an open book. I believe that honesty is the best policy, so thanks for having me.
Okay,
Thanks,
thank
Sean.
you
Just a
so
quick
much.
question, are you gonna be the liaison to the
Yes,
fire district?
I am your liaison.
Okay, great, yeah, we haven't had a lot of participation from the
Oh,
school board, so it was great to see you.
Yeah,
It's great to see him come out,
Yes,
right?
it is.
Hopefully we'll
Very
see you
good.
again, too.
Yeah, I got the, this and Parks and Recreation.
Oh, lucky, perfect.
So
All right.
hopefully we have a Ron Swanson over there. That'd be
Fantastic. All right.
Thank you.
Thanks for
Thank
coming.
you for coming this evening.
Want to recognize President Mark Bozak from the Chino Valley Fire Foundation. Thank you. The next item on the agenda is the consent calendar.
Okay, do we have any public comment on the consent calendar?
No request to speak.
Okay, being none, if any board member wishes to pull an item from the calendar for discussion, please state the item number and your name.
I move item numbers 1 through 6.
Okay, so I have a motion for items number 1 through 6. Do I have a second? I have a second, so Vice President Krieger and then Director Luth is our second. All in favor? Aye. Passes 5-0.
Thank you. The next item on the agenda is new business. Item number 7, purchase of one Pierce Type 1 fire engine. The purpose is for the Board of Directors to review, discuss, and approve the proposed purchase of one Pierce Enforcer Type 1 fire engine and accompanying resolution number 2025-19, approving budget amendment number 3. The report tonight is by Acting Deputy Chief Greg Gable.
Good evening, everyone. The item before you this evening is the proposed purchase of one Pierce Enforcer Type 1 fire engine and adoption of Resolution 2025-19, approving budget amendment number 3. The fire district continues to face challenges in maintaining a reliable and modern emergency response fleet due to the age and condition of several apparatus. Acquiring this 2025 Pierce Enforcer Type 1 engine will help bridge the gap between our aging fleet and the extended build times of newer equipment currently on order. This engine is coming off the assembly line this month and is available for immediate purchase. While it does not fully match our exact specifications, it closely aligns with our operational needs and represents a timely and cost-effective opportunity. The total purchase price, including sales tax, is $1,053,176.40. The apparatus is available through the Houston-Galveston Area Council Cooperating Purchasing Program, which provides competitively bid pricing and complies with our purchasing policy. Although this purchase is not included in the current budget, staff recommends funding it through the district's unassigned fund balance via budget amendment number 3. This approach allows the district to proceed without affecting other planned projects. It is recommended that the Board of Directors authorize the purchase of one 2025 Pierce Enforcer Type 1 fire engine through the HGAC Cooperative Purchasing Program and approve Resolution 2025-19 incorporating budget amendment number 3 in the amount of $1,053,176.40 with a 10% contingency for other fees and required equipment for operational readiness, and to authorize the fire chief or designee to execute the purchase. Thank you, and I'd be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Okay, thank you very much for that report. Do we have any requests to speak on this item?
We
Okay.
do.
Mr. Blank, if you'll please come to the front. Thank you.
I think it's absolutely wonderful that this came up during Fire Prevention Week. Because, although it's a large amount to swallow, I actually do pay attention at the other meetings I come to. And I know that the length of getting any piece of equipment in here is, I don't want to say ludicrous, but that's the word that comes to mind.
It's
That's a
right.
good word.
Is that a good word? I'm not sure I can spell it, but it sounds good. But anyway, it's coming out of a budget item that, to me, when I was in the oil business, was called contingency. Am I correct on that? Yes?
Yes.
Yes, it's coming out of contingency, which means you can use that money to buy this, correct? Well, I think you made a great point that it bridges over until you can get these other things in here. Because, fire prevention is very important to everybody. I live in the canyon, so believe me, it is. But safety's gotta come into it too. I mean, if some of these engines are not in great shape, you can repair them till the cows come home, and, you know, they may not work when you need them to work. And if you're able to get this thing on, what'd you say, 30 days, 60 days?
It's actually coming off the assembly line this month. It'll likely be in district within the next few weeks. And then we have some equipment to put on them and such if it gets approved, so.
Well, I don't get to vote, but my vote is spend the money because you've got the money.
Thank you very much for those comments. Okay, that's all. So this is the time for the board to comment, and I'll start with you, Director Romaine.
Well, thank you for that report, Chief. I came in on Monday and spent some time going over a lot of these questions regarding this, but I'm gonna ask a couple here just for the benefit of everybody involved. We have not yet replaced the engine that burned up, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, and we did receive a chunk of insurance money for that, though not 100% able to fund this, but we did receive a settlement when that happened, so. Another question, we should have our aerial within the next month or so, correct? It's in district and getting outfitted.
It is. It's actually at Renewal, which is our Pierce third-party vendor that does our warranty work. So we have a punch list that our mechanics and our apparatus committee went through to identify some issues with the apparatus, which is a normal process. So it's actually at Renewal currently going through that punch list. In addition to that, our personnel that are part of the committee have been mounting the loose equipment items that we purchased to go on the rig, saws, forcible entry tools, jaws of life, things of that nature. So likely what we were told through the committee, as long as the process through Renewal goes fairly quickly, which we anticipate it will, we'll have that apparatus in service hopefully by the end of the year.
Okay. And then we currently, outside of this, have 2 engines on order, and have those been funded at any level yet?
No, the only, the TDA that we received, we already paid for. You'll see, actually, it's in the warrant report. It sticks out, 1.9 million. Everything else, we opted not to prepay because the interest rate offered for the prepayment just is not enough, and we can very easily beat that rate. But for the 2 Pierces on order and the Spartan, which should be here sometime this fiscal year, those have not been paid for.
But in the budget, we have earmarked for the Spartans, correct?
Correct, in the equipment replacement fund.
And then the final question is our contingency fund or unrestricted fund. We've already tapped into that once this year, or we've earmarked to tap into that for the station, correct? At about 6.5 million plus contingency?
Yes.
Does that sound right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Any overages on the station is going to come out of unassigned fund balance. We have several restricted funds, the money we receive from the city of Chino Hills, the money we receive from the state of California. Internally, the district also set aside 1.1 million from state COVID funds. All of that will be accounted for when we start spending on the station, but any overages, which, as you said, about 6.5 million, not including the construction management contract, so we're looking at maybe 7.5 million, will come out of unassigned. We're currently wrapping up our audit, so I have some more updated numbers of unassigned. Last year, our unassigned was about 21.7 million. We're looking at closing out this year about 27 million in unassigned, which is very healthy, but it's going to be needed. So I can't say that it's exactly where it needs to be as we face this project.
Okay. The follow-up question is, you said this unit closely aligns with our current spec. Will the differences in what's coming off the line and what we normally get be a detriment or not meet our needs here in the district?
It will not. We actually took a lot of time to discuss this with both the apparatus committee as well as our labor group and management, obviously. There are a few differences. One example would be storage up on top. So the top of our engines that we currently have, our current Chino Valley spec, pardon me, has coffins, if you will, that open up on top that have additional storage. This apparatus happens to not have that. However, there are some pluses. It actually holds more water. Our current spec holds approximately 500 gallons, and this one holds 750 gallons. It's actually the same model and the same power plant and transmission that our other engines that we have ordered in 2023 that we're acquiring in 2028, the two Pierce that are on order. It's actually the same model as those. So there's very few, I'm sure the apparatus committee could speak further to it, but there's very few significant differences that these engines, or this engine would not have. And yes, it will still allow us to do the good work that our folks do every day, day in, day out, and providing exceptional service to the community. It'll still allow us to provide that service.
Okay. And lastly, I'm gonna parrot exactly what Charlie brought up, is we still have an obligation, that is what we're here for, is to provide a service to the communities regardless of anything else. I mean, realistically, we'd probably have to take the fund to zero if we still needed it to provide the service. That's what the people are paying their money for. So that being said, we're also adding a station. We gotta put a vehicle in there anyways. We lost a vehicle. I mean, it only makes a lot of sense on a bunch of different levels why this is a correct ask right now, even though this is the second ask in the first quarter of our budget, but you know, sometimes that's the cost of doing business. So.
That's right.
That's all I have.
Okay, thank you very much. Director Luke.
I don't have really any questions, but it gives me comfort to hear from our finance team here, how this is being funded. I'm very confident in the work you do and what you're reporting to us, that we can absorb this and move forward. There certainly is a need. I've heard about it a lot from Steve. He has brought this up repeatedly, the need and how much they're looking forward to getting this piece of equipment here. So, yeah, it's a lot of money, but something that we need to continue to meet the mission that we're called to do. So that's the end of my comments.
Okay, thank you. Hello, Director Howie.
Are you looking at me?
I'm looking at you.
I don't have much more to add, other than I'm happy that we had a decent fund balance, and even with this large expense, we'll still have a good fund balance, so I think we're in good shape. Thanks.
Okay, all right, Vice President Krieger.
Andy asked most of the questions I was gonna ask as well, about the financial end and the specifications of the vehicle. So, you know, the engine, the transmission, it's all stuff that we can readily get parts for. This isn't something unusual. It's just that specialized part of it that we're not able to customize it, the top part of it, the way that we want to. So I'm glad that the apparatus committee sees that it's something that they can work with as well, and that the labor group can do that as well. So
Yeah.
very pleased.
Yeah, and the apparatus committee is very, very thorough in their inspections. I know that. I also am glad to hear that we have an additional 250, right? Capacity for water instead of 500, 750, and that's kind of nice as well. So, okay, so with that, at this time, I'd like to,
It's a lot more weight.
This time I'd like to request a motion.
I'll move it.
Okay, motion, I have a motion from Vice President Krieger and a second from Director Romaine. All in favor?
Aye.
Oh, passes 5-0.
Thank you. The next item on the agenda is item number 8, Second Amendment to Agreement Number 2011-03 with Best and Krieger LLP. The purpose is to present the Second Amendment to the agreement for legal services with BBK for board consideration and approval. The report tonight is by Fire Chief Dave Williams.
Thank you, President Ronald Sevinger and Board. The Chino Valley Fire Independent Fire District entered into a legal agreement for services with Best and Krieger LLP on November 19th, 2011. Pursuant to the agreement, a substitute attorney may be appointed to serve as general counsel, subject to the Board of Directors' right to interview and approve any proposed substitution. On September 10th, 2025, the Board of Directors met in closed session to interview legal counsel candidates. Following the interviews, the board took action to appoint Holland P. Stewart as general counsel for the fire district. The board further directed staff to prepare a second amendment to the agreement for consideration at the next regularly board scheduled meeting, which is this evening. The second amendment to the agreement for legal services reflects the substitution of attorneys in the roles of general counsel of the deputy general counsel. Specifically, the amendment substitutes Holland P. Stewart for general counsel for the fire district and appoints Elise F. Taylor as the deputy general counsel. Additionally, the amendment affirms that except as specified amended, all other terms and conditions of the agreement remain in full effect. This amendment ensures continuity of legal services to the fire district under the established agreement, while ratifying the board's action taken on September 10th, 2025. So I'm pleased to recommend that the Board of Directors approve the second amendment of the agreement for legal services with Best and Krieger to appoint Holland P. Stewart as General Counsel and Elise F. Taylor as Deputy General Counsel for the Chino Valley Independent Fire District in accordance with the board's direction and provisions of the existing legal services agreement. And I'll be happy to answer any questions or defer to legal counsel or the clerk.
Okay, thank you very much for that report, Chief. Do we have any requests to speak on this item?
We have no request to speak on this item.
Okay, this is the time for the board to comment. And Director Romaine, do you want to start?
No direct comments except welcome. So I already texted him in the middle of the meeting and he was responsive, so thank you.
Okay, all right, Director Luke.
Same, just welcome aboard, look forward to your good work on our behalf, so thank you.
Yes, Director Howie.
I'll third that.
Vice President Krieger.
Welcome to you and Elise as well. Thank you.
Yes, yep. And I as well welcome, and we look forward to a very wonderful rest of the year and then 2026. So, yep, thank you. So, with that, I'd like to, I'll motion to approve this item. Okay, so I have a motion and a second from Director Howie. All in favor?
Aye.
Passes 5-0.
Thank you. Congratulations and welcome. The next item on the agenda is item number 9, California Special Districts Association, notice of director vacancy and call for nominations for Board of Directors for the Southern Network Seat C. And the purpose is for the Board of Directors to review and discuss the CSDA call for nominations to fill a vacancy on the CSDA board and determine fire district participation. And I'll be providing the report this evening. As noted in your staff report, if the fire district board of directors elects to submit a nomination, a copy of the fire district's minute action and candidate information sheet must be submitted to CSDA by October 22nd. It is recommended that the board review and discuss the CSDA call for nominations to fill the vacancy. And this vacancy was previously held by former CSDA Director Arlene Schaefer, who retired from the Costa Mesa Sanitation District. And additionally, determine whether to submit a nomination. That concludes my report, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Okay, all right. Do we have any requests to speak on this item?
No request to speak.
Request to speak. This is the time for the board to comment. Shall I go first and ask Director Luth if he'd like to do that?
Would I like to do it? Yes, but no.
Okay, well, I'll come back to me then. So Director Romaine.
I too asked Director Luth if he wanted me to nominate him and he gave me a fist. So nothing else.
Okay, all right, Director Luth.
No, I'm on a tightrope at home already with, outside of this, I've got several other organizations I'm involved with, so I think it would be great, but no.
Okay, all right. Director Howie, are you interested?
Unfortunately, my schedule won't permit that, but I'd be happy to support whoever wants to run.
Okay, Vice President Krieger, I think you'd be fabulous. And I have to say myself with just the rest of this year, my schedule and that, unfortunately, it'd be a great opportunity. I'd really love for one of us to do it, but I completely understand we're all pretty stretched at this time. So we'll be seeing nominations come forward. CFCA is gonna review the nomination. They're gonna be appointing this time instead of us voting, but the person will fulfill the rest of Arlene's, her term, and then at that point, we'll go from there. So, okay, so, we don't have a motion, so I don't need to motion, it just dies at this point, okay? Thank you very much.
The next item on the agenda is item number 10, Chino Valley Fire District State of the Fire District event to be held on Thursday, October 23rd, 2025. And I'll be providing a brief report on this item. This item is included on the agenda to allow for public comment regarding the upcoming State of the Fire District event. It is recommended that the board receive public comment on this item. As noted on the posted agenda, tonight's meeting will be adjourned to the event scheduled on October 23rd, which will include information for ticket holders and options for viewing the presentation live. This concludes my report, and I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.
Okay, all right. Do we have any requests to speak on this item?
We have no request to speak on this item.
Okay, so this is the time for the board to comment. Please ask your questions when I call your name. And Director Howie?
Thank you. Angela, have we heard anything about our attendance for the state or ticket sales going? Have you heard anything about that?
I don't have that information on hand, but we can.
do.
Oh, perfect.
I think we have 50 tickets left and will be sold out.
Yeah, we're right around 200-ish already, sold out.
Looking good?
Yes.
Very
Looking good. Mhm. Okay, all right. Director Romaine?
No, I don't have any questions. Looking forward to it. It will be my first event. And, get to sit
Your
close to the
first
stage.
official.
Yeah, official. I attended it last year to
Yes.
see how you guys handled it. Got good barbecue.
Get to see yourself on the big screen.
Yeah. Director Lee?
No comments.
Vice President Krieger?
No.
No comment? Okay, thank you for the report this evening. So, and no formal motion or vote is needed or required for this item, so.
Thank you. The last item on new business is the November 2025 board meeting schedule. And again, I'll be providing this report. The California Firefighters Joint Apprentice Committee Conference is happening November 12th through the 15th and coincides with the district's November regularly scheduled board meeting. This item is being brought forward to support the board member attendance at the California Firefighters Joint Apprenticeship Committee Conference. It's recommended that the Board of Directors cancel the November 12th, 2025 regular meeting and instead call a special meeting on November 3rd to consider items requiring board action. That concludes my report, and I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.
Okay, do we have any requests to speak on this item? No.
No requests.
Okay, this is the time for the board to comment. Director Romaine?
No, nothing specific, just a lot of people don't know, we have a limited sources of revenue to the district, but the CalJack program is an outside funding source that we can get dollars for training and for the district. So I think it really behooves us to attend that and understand what is going on and what can be provided through that. So I'm looking forward to attending that.
Thank you for that comment. Director Luke?
No comments.
No comment. Director Howie? Vice President Krieger?
No, look forward to it.
No comment, okay. At this time, I'd like to request a motion. Okay, I have a motion from Director Romaine. Do I have a second? A second from Director Luth. All in favor?
Aye.
Passes 5-0. Okay, next on our agenda is Fire Chief comments. Chief Williams, do you have any comments this evening?
I do have a few, thank you. Under Board Activities and Public Relations, EMS Nurse Leslie Parham gave a special presentation on ECNS to the EMS Medical Directors Association of California, otherwise known as MDAC, which was hosted in San Diego. So I'm just really excited that our staff continue to get out in conferences and publics and represent our needs and wants and support the fire district in that way, and Leslie always does a great job. Chino Valley Fire District staff participated in Emergency Preparedness Fair at Chino Police Department. I also attended that. It was well attended. State of the County was held on September 17th at the Ontario Convention Center. Chino Valley Fire District was very well represented at that event with both board and staff. Staff participated in Chino Hills Emergency Preparedness Workshop held on September 18th at Chino Hills Community Center. I'd like to thank our fire prevention or our CRR team for being present at both of those preparedness shops, but I did happen to show up there, and our fire marshal was hard at work setting up booths along with Deputy Fire Marshal Lena Lynn. On September 23rd, Chino Valley Fire District had a visit from Senator Kelly Sayarto. We did have a chance to go visit with our board president, vice president, and some staff out to the Station 68 site. It was really good to be able to take one of our electeds out there to see the progress that's going on and continue to get their support and excitement for our new fire station. Under our finance update, we successfully received the GFOA Distinguished Budget Award for 25-26. In addition to the award, the district also received a special recognition for our long-range operational financial plans, which is a new recognition for us. I'd like to thank the board of directors for your leadership and support, and a special thank you to our finance department for making this award possible. So it's hard for me to imagine us continuing to get new awards on top of the awards that we already get. So this is kind of a special thing, especially when we have a new finance director who followed a very good finance director. So thank you, Mark, personally. Under human resource update, we've opened recruitment for an office technician assigned to the Community Risk Reduction Department that will likely be closing on Friday. We have somewhere close to about 200. Does it sound about right? Nearing 200? So, oh wow, so that jumped up since my conversation with you. So earlier today, we were about 200, I think, and we're now about 300 applicants. So just a testament to the stature and what we are as an organization, that we have 300 applicants for a position like that. Under our Community Risk Reduction Department, the Fire District received a donation of various outreach materials from John Edgar of State Farm in Chino Hills in support of Fire Prevention Week. We just want to say thank you, Mr. Edgar. So if you happen to look out front, or if you came in the front door on the way, and you'll see a banister that's posted out there supporting fire prevention. We also received various other miscellaneous fire prevention items that we will be handing out at events and such. So thank you to essentially one of our local business partners for supporting the district in that way. Under personnel development activities on September 25th, Thursday, the Chino Valley Chamber of Commerce hosted the annual Women's Conference. I'd like to mention that the fire district had the highest number of attendees, so we had 21 women from the fire district attend, and that was the highest out of any agency of attended. So thank you to all those ladies that attended. We want to make sure that we continue to make those opportunities available to all of our staff. This one happened to focus on the women in our organization or in this general region. So thank you for your support, and thank you for the staff for attending. And you know what, let me stop real quick. I want to give a big shout out to Rita. Rita does a lot of stuff behind the scenes, and she had a big part in this. The chamber had reached out to her specifically because they know what she's about and what she can provide. And so I want to say thank you to Rita for her extra work on this, and any other staff members, but I'm directly familiar with Rita's participation and help in coordinating and planning for that event. Under organizational items of interest, Chino Valley Fire hosted the 9/11 Remembrance Ceremony at Fire Station 66. We gathered to honor the lost lives, remember the bravery of the first responders, and reflect on the profound impact of the events of the day, and continue to have continue to have on our nation today. So again, thank you, special thank you to the Pipes and Drums, to the Honor Guard. That's really an opportunity for us to really take a moment and reflect on the state of our whole nation, and we thank to the Honor Guard and the Pipes and Drums for stepping up. Other items is firefighter Phil Vasquez and Chino police officer Austin Silva competed in the charity boxing match to raise support for the Chino Youth Boxing Foundation. Most of you were present. Excited that the Chiefs won't be participating in that anytime soon. Yeah. Anyway, you know what? I want to say thank you to Phil. We did have one of our firefighters was planned to do that event, and he had a more important thing, like having a child, that same day. So that was more important. But at last minute, Phil did step up. That event wouldn't have happened without Phil, and I want to thank his group, the union, for supporting him with his gear and all the stuff that goes along with that. And so the event was a huge success. I'm being told that it raised anywhere from $8,000 to $10,000 for that boxing club, which is very significant for them. The other side effect of that is I'll likely be joining their board, through that connection. So we'll have some more participation in the future. And one last item of interest: the construction for Fire Station 68 has officially begun. So if you haven't driven by our Fire Station 68, you'll see the big equipment out there moving dirt around, getting prepared to put our trailers on there to continue the good work. The Chino Valley Fire Management Team, Trans-Tech Project Management Team, and our general contractor, Horizon, continue to host weekly meetings here at this office every Tuesday. This Tuesday was the first one I had to miss because we have our standard of covered meeting, but Jeremy was in attendance, and I've been keeping a pretty healthy binder. I'm really pleased at a couple things. We made the decision to hire Trans-Tech, and many of us, myself included, weren't really certain about what that meant for us, other than we recognized we needed some help there to the tune of $1 million, close to $1 million. It wasn't overly exciting to have to spend the money, but I can tell you, I've seen firsthand how they are invaluable. And I'm also very happy to see the collaboration that's happening, not only with our management team, the Trans-Tech team, and quite frankly, the Horizon construction team, and the city. And it's really refreshing. And I think, I'll be honest with you, I've sit in those meetings and I'm hearing those folks that are in that business daily, the contractors and everybody's sort of taken back about the collaboration. I don't know that necessarily happens. That's the vibe I'm picking up all the time, and I'm sensing a really good vibe. So to me, what that equates to is a very good product in the end, and so I'm excited about that. Under emergency response and support, the district launched our rapid extraction module, which is the RENS unit. This specialized team is highly trained and required to respond to emergencies in remote and hard-to-access areas. So if you're familiar with that, we have that tool now that we can respond in our state park. But I want to say, is this their second deployment out of the area or first?
Yeah, thanks, Chief. This is actually their first mutual aid deployment to the other part of the state to help, but we've actually utilized the team on 2 responses within the district as of yet, and to a great success.
So again, I want to thank the folks for the willingness to get trained and go do that, but a big thanks to the board. These are extra things that we see as value to our constituents through your patience and listening and understanding of us articulating those needs, and your support of the finances, and again, back to the willingness of the troops to get trained up and have a willingness to go out and be away from their families for 2 weeks at a time to go support large incidents. So it's really good for us. It's good for the state, and so thank you to everybody on that. Under upcoming meetings and events, Thursday, October 23rd, is our State of the Fire District Luncheon at Station 61. So thank you to everybody who has a hand in that. We're looking forward to it. Again, our pivot to that being a luncheon is really just Mark's already left, but it's really just elevated our foundation, and what that means is just another opportunity for us to give back to our community, because we are able to basically provide a meal to somebody. They come and buy a plate, and all that money comes back to the foundation and goes back into the community. So it's awesome. On November 3rd, staff will conduct its second of 5 total strategic plan meetings. We had our first one 2 days ago, where the staff will be discussing our performance audit, review our gap analysis with our Citygate representative, and we're going to keep moving forward. Looks like we're completed with our standard of covers at this point. They're just putting the final document together, so that's been a long and coming. and our strategic plan that will follow that. After, you know, those areas of gaps are identified, we'll put the strategic plan together, and it looks like we'll have that done by the end of the year. So the thing with that is, I can tell you as the fire chief coming in this role, it's really nice to have a document that you can look forward, that I can also be measured against as the fire chief. I think it's important that I be evaluated in that way, but it also sets the tone for where we go as an organization. It's a clean roadmap to say, hey, these are the things that we've identified as a body, as the governing body and as the staff, and that we want to get accomplished, and to have that in play is really helpful. And so I'm super, super excited about that document being done. One of the side benefits of it is, you know, it's important for us to try to gain recognition for the good work that we do as an organization. You know, when Mark got here, he kind of mentioned to me that, hey, listen, as we continue to try to get our distinction awards, our GFOA awards, and those really financial acknowledgement awards, hey, there's one thing that's coming up, is that they're really requiring a strategic plan to be part of all of this now, as another element to say, hey, listen, we think you're doing it good, but the next step is to be doing this. So it's just a side benefit, but it's a very nice acknowledgement to get. And then finally, on November 5th, one last thing. Also on November 3rd, as was already mentioned, our scheduled special board meeting. So prior to the board meeting, we will have a workshop to provide a presentation to the board of directors on the final SOC document. So that'll be right prior to our board meeting. And then finally, on November 5th, Papa Chino's will host its annual First Responders Breakfast. And so we invite anybody that's connected to our organization, whether that's staff, uniformed personnel, and Chino wanted me to mention that, hey, even if you have some retired fire personnel that would like to come and enjoy a burrito on them, please come and join. And that concludes my report.
Okay, thank you very much, Chief. This is a time for the board to comment. And Director Ramin, would you like to start us off?
Sure. I always get to go first. And I don't get to, that way I'm gonna miss stuff, and then when you guys go, I forgot that. First off, right after the last board meeting, I was able to attend the 9/11 memorial service, and what a phenomenal job that is by the men and women and frankly the whole district. It's you know, when that happened, when that event happened, one of the big mantras was never forget. And here we are 24 years later, and some people are forgetting. Some people weren't alive when that happened, and they don't really learn about it, and they don't understand the gravity and the sacrifice. So you know, exceptional job putting it on, and thank you. I really appreciate it. Following that, I was able to attend both the Chino and Chino Hills Emergency Preparedness Fair. Like the chief said, our CRR department was there at both of them, well attended. There again, the guys and women there, we were doing hands-on CPR out there. It was a more exciting booth than the vac truck from the sewer guys. Everybody was down there. The kids were liking it and doing CPR. So, you know, thank you. We keep getting our message out there, and it only helps. So. Also was able to do a one-on-one with the chief, attended the State of the County, which was a large elaborate production and pretty impressive, but I'm sure ours will be better. Went to the Stuvey, is that I'm saying it right? Stuvey Family Park, which was a long time, didn't realize it. They were the founders of Altadena Dairy, came from there and right here in Chino, and so now we got a park. That was their whole family came out. It was quite a big showing from all over the country. Their family, all the fingers of their family came back for that opening, so it was quite nice. Couple of county board of supervisor meetings. Everybody who's been there knows what a exciting event that is. Listening to all the people, it's quite an event. Grand opening of I-Staffing. I attended with Director Howie and Director Krieger, and that was well attended. And then just this last weekend, I attended the USC XEd, which stands for Executive Education, and it's a 2-day class that the board approved that we can attend, and it's put on by their Price School of Public Policy. Very high level, doctorate, master's and doctorate type stuff. Very well attended, and you know, and I'm new at this, I'm a sponge, and so I was very happy to attend and learn lots of stuff. And yesterday when I was in here, I was asking staff a bunch of questions, so that's the downside. They're like, oh, great, he's coming back and ask a lot more, like, what are we doing? But you know, at the end, it makes us a better organization. So I'd like to reiterate and say welcome and thank you to Kaya. I had a chance to talk with her. You know, she started as an intern, and so we immediately went out and said, we're gonna replace all the computers in the district. Here, help us out. So it's a huge project, right, coming out of the gate. The REMS program, thank you for everybody involved. It's one of those things I know they've deployed once in the state park, and I know they deployed once out behind Grand Avenue Park for a mountain biker, because I follow along with what's going on with that. And that's you know that person, when they either crash and hurt themselves or whatever, there's gonna be the people out there and go, well, why didn't you have that? Why, you know, why not? Why not? And kudos to everybody for saying, hey, let's go a little bit farther and provide a little bit better service. So thank you, everybody involved with that. And with that concludes my comments.
Thank you, Director Luth.
Thank you. Yes, 9/11 attended that as well. I am so thankful that how unpolitical that thing is and how it really is focused on a somber, touching remembrance. So thank you. Please continue it. Keep it the way you keep it. A phenomenal event. I agree. A couple of Chino council meetings I attended, emergency workshops I also attended. I sat in the Chino one, I sat in on a session that Danielle was teaching with one participant, one person there, and she did her thing. So it was good. I just sat in to kind of listen and see what was going on. She carried it through. He seemed to really enjoy it, so thank you, Danielle. Had my one-on-one with the chief, state of the county, as you mentioned. Yeah, quite a production there, and the Stuvey Family Park. Yeah, I know a few people in that family. It was nice to see that. It's a nice large park, and it'll be a great asset to Chino. I had a California Special Districts Association fiscal meeting where we reviewed the budget that will be going to the board of directors. Let's see here. Again, welcome to Holland, and Elise, thank you for taking over here. Mark, congratulations on the recognitions. Kaya, look forward to her good work. And Chief, you mentioned how you appreciate the support of the board for things that we had, like the REMS, but I also want to recognize the guys on the floor. It also means more for them. They've got more to learn, more to train on, more to do. So I want to recognize that too. I appreciate that effort. We keep adding things, we keep upping the game, but I also know that falls on you guys to perform it and to make it happen. So we appreciate it. Thank you. That's the end of my comments.
Okay, thank you very much. Director Howie.
Oh, okay. Skipping Krieger, I see. Okay, that's fine. Well, I want to thank both the last two speakers have given my whole report. Thank you for that. Just a couple, the 9/11, I can't believe that next year is going to be the 25th. It just blows your mind. It's already been almost 25 years already for that event, and you guys obviously do a great job. I don't know if we're going to do anything different for next year, but it is going to be kind of milestone at 25. Council meetings, the Chino prep in the Chino Hills, although I had to step out for a second, and Danielle gave me the look like, where are you going? And I said, I'll be right back. So I had to go out and make a phone call and came back, and she did a good job, great job as usual. But Stuvey Park opening, that second park for Chino this year, to open up a new park, which was, guys, the new parks are just beautiful. This is really, really nice. They got pickleball courts, and it looked really nice out there. Staffing, went to the staffing, had my one-on-one with the chief, and at IEUA, I was at a meeting for them. So that concludes my comments.
All right, Vice President Krieger.
All right, I attended everything that everybody else attended. In addition, I had a Confire board meeting that the chief and I went out for. That want to go back to that Subi Family Park. I think it was 150 family members showed up from all over the country for it. So it was a huge, huge deal. Sarah and I met with Kelly Ciarto, our state senator, and the chief out at the new station to show them that. So that was a good time. And I want to welcome Sean Smith from the school board for joining us this evening and being our liaison. So I'm sure we'll get to know you and see you more. So welcome.
Okay, all right. So I too attended the 9/11 Memorial, the Chino Emergency Preparedness Fair, State of the Fire District filming. On the 15th, I had a meeting with the fire chief, one of the many, but that was our one-on-one. Our Chino Hills Council meeting, the 23rd meeting with Senator Ciarto and his staff. And thank you again, Chief, and thank you, staff, for providing goodies for them, because we had to go straight to the Chino Council meetings. That was a long, long day. I want to just recap on the Women's Conference, and I just want to thank Chief and staff, everyone who made it happen to allow all of the gals to be able to attend. It was a lot of fun to be able to all be in a different environment where we weren't at work. We got to, I'm gonna say it, shop together, there was nice food, we had great speakers, and Rita did a phenomenal job as always in doing it. And just wait till you guys see the State of the Fire District. If you don't have your ticket, you better get it now, because you're gonna miss out on an amazing event. The agenda review meeting, we're Carbon Canyon Fire State Council Trunk or Treat meeting. We're, gearing up. We're gonna have that annual event, and I just wanna pre-thank the union in advance for participating over and over again. It's a great event, so thank you. And I had a CSTA Member Services Professional Development meeting on the 2nd. And I want to thank Charlie, because we only have, with our brush pickup, our annual brush pickup, we only have four guys, 4 guys, and Charlie's always one of those who do it. It's the same guys, and thank you, Charlie, because we do remove a lot of tonnage of dead and bad fuels out of the canyon, and it wouldn't happen if it weren't for the Fire Safe Council. So thank you, Charlie. Sean, welcome. We look forward to seeing you again, and we'll give you opportunity to speak and to provide any updates that you have during our meeting. And I want to take an opportunity to thank our community risk reduction group, everybody involved, Danielle, Lena. I have received complaints and about everything. Everyone's kind of up in arms. What is the district? Have we lost our mind? So, and having to explain, and I turn them over to risk reduction, and I get, oh, they're wonderful, thank you so much after. So thank you. I know we've had a lot of just really upset, and this is a terrible time because we all live in these high fire areas. Our insurances are going up, the state mandated this change, the severity zones and that. And I just want to thank you guys for treating our community with the dignity, with respect, not getting upset, but just understanding where they're coming from. And that means a lot. So I really, really appreciate that. And our GFOA award, yay, thank you, thank you, thank you. Our fire station, my goodness, I can't jump up and say yay enough that we're finally here to that. Our strategic plan, I want to wish my daughter a very happy birthday, and I'm going to say go Dodgers on that. And with that, oh, welcome Holland, I'm so sorry, welcome Holland. So with that, oh my goodness, okay, I have a long thing to read. This meeting will be adjourned to the regular meeting of the Board of Directors of the Chino Valley Independent Fire District to be held October 23rd, 2025 at 12 p.m. for the purpose of conducting the State of the Fire District event. Those who have paid for tickets are to attend the luncheon at the Chino Valley Fire Station 61, located at 5092 Schaefer Avenue, Chino, California 91710. The networking portion of the event begins at 11:15 and the presentation begins at 12 p.m. Pursuant to the requirements set forth by the Brown Act, California Code, Section 54950, the district will live stream the State of the Fire District presentation on Facebook, available at the following hyperlink and free of charge on Thursday, October 23rd, 2025 at 12 p.m. at the following link, http://www.facebook.com/CBIFD. The live stream will also be shown at district headquarters located at 4011 City Center Drive, Chino Hills, California, 91709 on Thursday, October 23rd at 12 p.m. And it's presented free of charge to the public, and the public is invited to attend. So have a good evening. Thank you very much, everyone, for attending.